Good morning. Deputy Chief Chris Rosman with the Michigan State University Police and Public Safety. As you can tell, this has been a long night for a lot of us. We have been committed from the beginning to being as transparent and getting as much information out as possible. And we're going to continue to do that throughout the day and as this investigation moves forward. I'm going to start with a brief recap of the incident yesterday. This tragic situation unfolded shortly before 8:30 p.m. The first call that we received was from Berkey Hall. Berkey Hall is an academic building on our northern campus that borders downtown East Lansing. Initial calls reported shots fired in that building, and there was an absolutely overwhelming police response to that initial call. We had officers in that building within minutes, and in that building they encountered several students who were injured. We can confirm that 2 of the deceased were in Berkey Hall, along with several of the victims. While the officers were managing that scene at Berkey Hall, we began receiving additional reports of another shooting at the MSU Union Building, just to the west of Berkey Hall, right on the corner of Abbott and Grand River. Officers redeployed to that location, where we did locate 1 additional victim. We do have 3 total deceased and 5 victims at the hospital. We can confirm that all 3 deceased were MSU students. We can also confirm at this time that all 5 of the injured victims at the hospital were also MSU students. We will release the names of those students later today, once we work through some notifications and make sure that the family's aware that we're going to release those names. The suspect in this case was located at approximately 11:35 p.m. in the city of Lansing. The suspect was located by units that were assisting in looking for that suspect after the shootings. The suspect is deceased due to a self-inflicted gunshot wound, and we are prepared to release the name of the person who committed these homicides at this time. We have previously confirmed that he was 43 years old. He's a male. His name is Anthony. Last name is McCrae, M-C-R-A-E. Anthony Dwayne McCrae. He's a 43-year-old male. We would like to sincerely thank our community for their help. Because of our quick release of the photograph from the campus security cameras and the help from our community, it was a caller's tip that led law enforcement to that suspect in the city of Lansing. We cannot thank the public and the community and the person who called in that report enough for being observant, for following our messaging, and for being vigilant and contacting us immediately. We will continue to share resources for the MSU community through our institutional website and our MSU Police and Public Safety social media pages. We know that this news may be difficult for those within our campus community and beyond, and it's important to remember that the grief that some individuals may be experiencing is normal, and there are a number of ways in which individuals can seek support, including talking with friends, family, and colleagues to process this, and taking advantage of many of the resources that we have provided. We are prepared at this point to take some questions. Sure. Sure. We're going to turn it over to Special Agent in Charge, Jim Taraska.
Good morning. I'm Jim Taraska, the Special Agent in Charge of the FBI in Michigan. First of all, our hearts go out to all the victims, their families, the students, and the community. This happens much too often. I'd like to thank all our partners in law enforcement. Chief, once again, thanks for your leadership. Just great examples of leadership last night from all the agencies that showed up short notice and showed selfless sacrifice to attempt to identify, find the subject, and eliminate the threat. Last night when this occurred, many agencies arrived on scene. The FBI deployed agents, analysts, and specialty teams to help in the effort to help the victims and to also find the individual responsible, which occurred. Thanks to law enforcement. Law enforcement here in Michigan, it's the best I've seen in my 30 years in law enforcement. And I was very proud of our community in law enforcement and the community at large to come together to resolve this issue, this matter. And we'll continue working in the future hand in hand to mitigate these threats and try to make Michigan as safe a place as we can for our families. Thank you.
So I think we are prepared to take some questions now. Again, I do have to reiterate, this is still fluid. It's still ongoing. There are still crime scenes that are being processed, and we still are in the process of putting together the pieces to try to solve, to try to understand what happened and why it may have happened. So we're still working through that. So we will go ahead and take some questions at this time.
We're 7, Deputy Chief. Can you discuss at all?
Hold on. Go ahead right there.
Thank you. There was a large police presence on a home on Creston Avenue and East Howe Avenue in Lansing. Was that the suspect's home?
So I can't confirm the actual location or address.
Okay.
We are aware that there was a search warrant executed on a residence that was connected to the suspect in this case. We're not prepared to share that specific location at this point.
Do you have any information on the firearm and whether it was registered to the individual who was suspected of using it?
So at this point, we have no additional information on the actual weapon that was used in the incident. Those are things that we will continue to process and look at today as part of our investigation.
Did you recover the weapon?
We did recover a weapon, yes.
So
Right there.
7 of the 8 victims are at Berkey Hall. The 8th is at the Union, and the Union victim also was one that passed away. Is that correct?
There were two of the victims from Berkey Hall are deceased. One victim from the Union is deceased. There are 5 additional victims that are at Sparrow Hospital. I cannot confirm where all 5 of those victims, which building they were in. I believe most of them were from Berkey Hall, but I can't confirm that. I'm going to go right there. Yes.
I understand the first, you said officers arrived shortly after the 8:30 call, but in the second building, can you describe the timetable of what it took to get to the MSU Union building? Because officers were already within a distance of where this happened.
Yeah, the MSU Union is within very close proximity to Berkey Hall. It's within walking distance. I would describe it as less than a block to the west of Berkey Hall. All indications at this point point to the fact that the suspect exited Berkey Hall and walked over to the MSU Union. When those calls initially started coming in from the Union, we were able to quickly redeploy resources to the Union, and the suspect actually quickly fled that building. He was not in the building for that long.
So when you say redeployed, how much of a timetable is between that?
I can't get into specifics on the time frame right now, but that will be part of the investigation that we'll look at is the time between those two incidents. Right there.
Has the suspect had any previous interaction with law enforcement?
So that's part of our investigation today, is to look at the suspect, his background, his history. Those are things that are occurring with our state and federal partners right now, who have really taken the lead on helping us with identify the suspect, especially since that incident did occur off campus. But those are things that we're looking at today, and those will be integral to the investigation. In the back, Red.
Deputy Chief, can you shed any light as to the why this happened, what his motive was, why he chose Michigan State?
You know, we had the same question last night, and we have the same answer this morning. We have absolutely no idea what the motive was at this point. We can confirm that the 43-year-old suspect had no affiliation to the university. He was not a student, faculty, staff, current or previous. So that's an unknown right now, and that's what we're trying to understand is why this incident occurred. I know everybody wants to know what the motive is. We don't have an answer right now, and that's the honest truth.